When it comes to disobeying God's clear commands, such as sexual immorality, we need to stay away from that. The world often says, if it feels good, do it. The Christian should say, if God says do it, then do it. Remember, God does not accommodate his commands to culture. However, listen, that does not mean that as Christians, we should never accommodate ourselves to culture. There's a balance here. You guys with me? We must refuse to compromise when it comes to the gospel of God's commands, but there are many areas where we can and should adapt to the culture in order to win the respect of others that we may win for the gospel. I didn't understand this until I moved to Haiti. Their culture is so different than our culture. And there's things in their culture that's not sinful that I just didn't agree with. Yet, listen, in order to reach the Haitians, I had to adapt to their culture. I didn't compromise the sin, but I had to do certain things. For instance, in most churches there, unless you're in a suit and tie, they're not going to listen, let you teach. I've never taught in a suit and tie until I went to Haiti. Why did I do that? Whether I didn't agree with it, I didn't like it, why did I do it? To reach the Haitians. I was in their culture. Listen, in the last couple of weeks, it's hit me like a ton of bricks. It's hit me like a ton of bricks. We're not in California. We are in East Tennessee. We're not in New York. We're not in Maryland. We're not in Florida. And the culture here is way different than those places. Whether we like it or not, there are certain norms here that we must adapt in order to reach our community. I got a heart for the people in East Tennessee. And sometimes maybe I got to put aside my opinions. Maybe I got to put aside my way of doing things to reach them. It's worth it, guys. Now, please don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that we need to become like the world to reach the world. We don't need to bring in secular music and do all these goofy stuff to reach. No, we don't need to do that. We're not going to compromise in those areas. Sometimes we need to accommodate the culture.